Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today we're going to revisit this container that we used not that long ago. And this was our drinks tray that we just got. So this actually is just a very simple plastic tray. It's even got a non-stick or a non-slip surface. But we quite enjoyed using it before, so we thought let's see what else we can do with it. So all I've done again is use a pin holder. The beauty of the pin holder is it sits low in the dish. We don't need to have a big bulky mechanism for holding our flowers, and they're quite secure as well. So pin holder. Other materials, I've got anthuriums, I've got some mimosa, and this is a leucadendrum. So this is a South African greenery that's a bit like a protea or a cousin of a protea. And this one has got a beautiful colour, and I just think these colours together work very well. So we've really got an arrangement that's going to be modern, simple, and on a nice colour scheme. So the first thing we need to do is add some water to our dish. And what we really want is this water to come up over the bottom of the pin holder and into the pins and even to the top. What we can do is we can fill it up like this just now, and when we finish the arrangement we can top it up completely, because this is the beauty of a container like this, is we can actually see the surface of the water, we can get a reflection from our materials. So the first material I want to put in is really the leucadendrum, and I'm looking at these and thinking, right, how best to use them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off these little side branches, and we're going to use them further down the base, and then with this material we're just going to strip this down so that we get the emphasis really on the top of the actual material. So when you compare the two, we've now got usable bits for the bottom, and we've got something that has a little bit more visual impact because we can see the line of the actual stem. So same with the second one, we're just going to take that and do the same. You have to be careful with this material in the sense that it can be a little bit brittle. So it's very easy if you're waving it around at a colleague that the top just comes off it. So we've got these little pieces and we've extended that and made that much more interesting. So what we're going to do is cut this at an angle. So I'm going to work out where I want it. So I really want it to sit over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it so that we have an angle on the stem. So this can then be bent over so that that really sits. So what I did was I cut that at an angle like which way? So basically your long end is going onto the pins. So we're going to do the same again for this one. So I'm just going to cut that to length. Now this is quite wide, this bit, so what we might do is just trim this down a wee bit, just take a wee bit of that volume, so we're actually just making that a little bit easier to work with. So what we're doing is creating a dynamic by taking this line out here, and then the same with this. Now it's not got such a nice petal, but we'll not worry about that. But we can see the two lines that's actually going. So now we can look at how we want to do this material. So this would work in different ways, like you could have it facing towards you, or you could have it facing more to the side. I think actually slightly towards me is good. So if we think of the pin holder in this position back here. So the next material I want to do is really just use these little tops. And I'm just going to put these in so that really they create a little cluster. And this is going to help mask our pin holder. So you can see this coming towards you, and then we've created a grouping of our little heads. Now, I think at this point what we want to do, I want to fill this in at the end with the mimosa, because I think the mimosa is beautiful. But I think what we'll do is we'll use our anthuriums now. So what we need to do is look and see what we have. And just for balance then, I think we'll go backwards a little bit. This leucadendrum is quite woody and quite a strong material. So what I can do is I can cheat. Now we've got a little bit more weight in there, we can bring that back in. So really what we're doing is we've balanced this by having it going both directions. And then all we need to do now is look at our mimosa. So I'm going to use a little bit of this foliage as well, so let's put that in first. And where we have this, I think we can split this down into a couple of units. So really actually taking it, overlapping it, we can make like a little unit. So we've made this little placement really all in one. So I'm just going to cut that. Now if I wanted, I could use like a little wire just to hold that. But that is really our arrangement. Now you might find that your water's got a little bit messy or a little bit dirty. What you can do is you could just empty this out, clean it off, and then all we need to do is really just top up the surface and make sure that there's plenty of water in there for our flowers. And then this can go somewhere like a coffee table or a big dining room table. And I think you've really got a striking arrangement with not a lot of materials, just literally a couple of leucadendrum, 3 anthuriums and some beautiful mimosa. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to keep up to date, then click subscribe and that'll keep you up to date with all our videos. And thank you for watching.